Hello students, welcome to the Shishma RDBs. Okay, in our today's session, we are going to see the basic structure of your database system. Already we have know the components that we have used in database system, and we have seen three-tier architecture. ANSYS Spark three-tier architecture in our yesterday's session. And here we will be seeing the structure in which way we will be communicating with our database. Okay, in which way we will be communicating with our database. The terminologies, these terminologies are very familiar to you people. That is users, interface, database, database management system. I don't want to discuss it again, right? Users are the persons those who are using the databases, and interface is the application through which you are connecting to your databases. And database is nothing but is a collection of interrelated data. Okay, and the database management system is a software which will be handling your databases in order to retrieve, in order to create, in order to create the schema, in order to put the restriction, in order to put the constraint towards your databases. We need a software. That software is called as database management system. Now here you see, when you are trying to communicate with your database management system or as database, what you people will do is, you are the users now, you people will be staying at the topmost level as we have discussed in the earlier part, that is external level. Users will be having their own view, users will be having their own applications, and they will be having different complete different kind of interfaces. They may use any applications in order to request you the data. The database will be created by you people, and in order to request that data, in order to create the database, in order to manipulate those databases, in order to have the schemas of those databases, we will be using interfaces to connect. So these interfaces can be considered as your application programs. For example, browsers. By using the browsers, you people will be requesting for Google. Right? By using the browsers, you people will be requesting your Facebook. By using the browsers, you people can request any website. That is not there in your system, but from somewhere, from the server, you people are requesting for that particular web page or for that particular database, and those will be acquired from this particular application that you are going to use. That is what the interface is. Okay, by using these interfaces, they will be requesting, these users will be requesting the database. The database will be stored somewhere in the server. Every time we will be representing the data by using a bucket, I can say, where you people will be storing your data. So this is the place where we will be getting what? Your database. Physical storage, I can say, where you will be registering your databases. You will be having collection of data over there. Interrelated data will be kept in a database. Consider your university database. University database will be stored here. And you people will be using university applications in order to access the database of your university. And student will become user now. Now you see, in order to access the database, you are requesting by application programs. But in turn, when you are maintaining your database, those will not be understandable by these application programs. In order to handle them, in between, we will be maintaining a database management system. That is the DBMS software. It can be Oracle, as I said you people. I have given a lot of examples for you people. You can use Oracle, you can use SQL, you can use MySQL, you can use SQL Server, you can use SQL Server 2008. You people will be having a lot of softwares in the market. You people can even use IBM DB2. Okay, you people will be using different kind of softwares. What these softwares will do is, they are nothing but a collection of programs in turn make a communication between database and application programs. Now, what the DBMS will do, it will be doing the query processing. Okay? Query processing. This query processing is nothing but what? You people are requesting for the data. by using what? Application programs. In turn, these application programs will be giving those requests to your DBMS, and your DBMS will make those requests into complex queries to retrieve the data, to create the data, to create the schemas for your database. They will be converting them into the queries by using your database management system. By using these query processes, we will be doing that. In turn, we will be creating the database management system. In turn, we will be manipulating the database management system. In turn, we will be giving the restriction towards our users, I can say. That is what the query processor. We will discuss them in detail. And storage manager. What the storage manager will do? Storage manager. We will manage the things regarding your storages. Manager. So, what the storage manager will do is, he will be discussing about the devices in which you are going to store your data. Okay, we will discuss them in detail about the query processor and storage manager. See ma, generally the structure of your database system will look like this. Okay, I hope it is visible to you people. Navy users, application programmers, sophisticated users, database administrator. Already I told you about them. Right? They are nothing but the users. Okay, in turn they will be using the application interfaces. These are the users. They are using what? Application programs, application interfaces. In turn request the programs. Right? Sophisticated users are having some knowledge about the query processing system. That is the reason they are using the tools in order to communicate with your database management system. And database administrators are having full details about your database, so that directly they will be using the administrator tools. They are users. These all users will be using what? Interfaces. In turn, I can say that mediator. Okay, in order to access your data, we need to have a mediator who will be communicating in a lower level management. Okay, they will be converting your request into lower level request, or as lower level languages, I can say, which will be understandable by your storage devices. Right, now as we have discussed, user level is over, interface is over. Now coming to your DBMS, coming to your database management system. In the database management system, we have seen two kind of parts. That is, one is query processing. In a query processing, it will be using the interpreters and compilers. Interpreters and compilers. These terms are familiar to you people in case of your C and C++. What is interpreter? Interpreter and compiler. Compilers and interpreters are used to convert your high level language into low level language, which can be understandable by your machine languages. Those will be used for that, and they will be checking the errors in which you people are giving the codes. Okay, and SEMA using those compilers, interpreters to define your database schema. Means to say that you people will be using a language called data definition languages. Data definition languages, where you people can create your database, where you people can delete your database, where you people can alter your database. How we will do? We will discuss them when we are using data definition language. Okay, and not only that, your query processor will also be responsible for compilers of data manipulation. Data manipulation. You have created, you have altered, you have deleted here. But in order to update that data, in order to insert the data into database, we will be using DMS statement. Those will be handled by your compiler, query compiler, I can say. Evaluation will be done by your query processor. Complete this part. We will be discussing about what? Query processing. Query processing. I will clear this so that you people will be having a clear idea. Right? I will erase this. See here, this is the query processing part, where we will be having DML queries, DDL queries, other queries too. Right? Means to say that in order to create the databases, in order to manipulate the database, in order to update the database, we will be having these statements, I can say. Those will be managed by your compilers and linkers. Okay? And we will be evaluating the queries from your databases. Okay? Those will be done by your query process. And after that, we are having what? storage manager. Storage manager, you see ma, when we are talking about the storage manager, you need to remember about the main memory and disk memory, secondary memory. Main memory is of limited space, I can say 4 GB, 8 GB, 2 GB, right? It depends on the system that you are buying, right? But here the question comes is, when we are considering the data, it may be in trillion and millions bytes of data, right? It won't be handled by your main memory, so it need to be stored in what? Disk, secondary disk, in which we can maintain what? Huge amount of data. Okay, those data will be maintained by your storage memory, I can say, so that it will be safer and it can give a lot amount of data to you people whenever it is required. Okay, the main task of this particular storage memory is to provide user with a simplified view of data. Why? Because you will be storing in physical storages with a lot of complexities, but user doesn't know about that, in which they want to see the data in that particular view. We need to provide that will be done by your storage managers, I can say. They can store the data in the form of files, in the form of something else, right? Like buffer manager, right? And authorization integrity manager and transaction management will be done by your storages. Now let me discuss them one by one. Sima, buffer manager, as we have discussed that we will be not having enough knowledge in the main memory. We need to transmit the data from disk to manage main memory. Okay, that will be done by your buffer manager, which is a part of your storage manager. That is what the buffer manager is. We will be taking the data from your disk and we will be transmitting that into your main memory. And the file manager will be storing a lot of files into our disk. We need to search for them, we need to retrieve the data, and we need to provide them into the user's view. That is what we will be doing by using a storage manager. And this storage manager is also responsible for authenticating the users, so that the user can access the data as per their limits. Up to what extent they can access, up to what extent they can modify the data, those will be controlled by our storage manager. And integrity management. In order to have the accurate details, in order to have the accurate data in your database, we need to integrate the data. Those will be taken care by your storage manager. And same transaction is nothing but when we are having a database which can be accessed by multiple people at a time, and if they can perform multiple processes, if they can perform multiple actions onto the same database, that can be called as a transaction. Simply I can say your bank details. You people will be having bank account, so that you people can access at any time and anywhere. Okay, when they are doing the transaction onto the database, they need to be managed. If not, you people will be having a inconsistent data into your database management. Okay, in order to not happen that, we will be giving the responsibility to your storage. So this storage manager and query processor combined we will be calling that as what? A database management. In turn, they will be communicating with your disk storages, physical storage, where you people will be storing your database. Your database will be designing your schemas, and it will be storing the data structures in which they will be storing the data. Right? They will be giving you the indices. They will be storing where they will be storing the data, and statistical data and everything. Whatever the data that you are going to store in your database will be there in storage disk devices. I hope this is clear to you people. If there is any doubts, just let me know by your messages, so that we will clarify and we will see the next session. Okay, that's it for now. See you in the next one. Thank you.